Yo, what's going on? What's going on, fam? Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Thank y'all for being here. We're going to talk about Candace Owens. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. We are going to talk about Candace Owens and her being fired from the Daily Wire. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Listen, you can't be on a white Jewish platform going in on these rabbis. You just can't do that. I think that she knew she was going to get the boot. I'm pretty sure that behind the scenes they were giving her hell over there. When you're working, and we're going to get into this. Shout out to everybody that's here. The moderators, the channel members, the Patreons. I got some Patreon content coming as well. Make sure y'all subscribe over there too. Listen, you can't be on a white Jewish platform full of people who devoutly support Israel and think that you're going to last, especially when you are the token black girl. And despite what Candace Owens may have thought, she was always the token black girl. So they can say, listen, we're not racist. We got this one black girl here who, look at her talking about black dysfunction while she's married to a white man. We're going to get into it. Salute to everybody that's here. Let's see who's here early in the chat today. In a second. Salute to everybody. Thank y'all for all the birthday wishes. My birthday was on the 20th. Shout out to everybody that commented, either here on Facebook. Let's see who's here. George, AT, Sydney, Black Rain, Slim South, XL Pro, Omar, B Fierce, Brian Turner, Slim South, Eric Square, Red Planet, Troy, Zeke, JJ Diesel, Brent, the Black Intellectual, Leilani, what's going on? Ryuga was good. Yeah, your leader, JayeDeBlack, is getting a little bit older, you know. It signifies I've been on YouTube for 10 years. Yeah. I've been in the trenches for 10 years. I've been in the trenches for 10 years, family. We're going to get into this. You know, before I get started, I want to get something. I want to say this, right? Y'all know that I did my live stream on Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Yeah. And in the comment section, there was I believe an older black male that did not like what I had to say in my live stream. Like, out of all the things that could have offended you, you're offended because of what I said about older men and younger women. Even though I have supported men no matter what their ages are, as long as they're adults, going overseas, dating women outside of the country, I have no problem with older men dating younger women. Just understand that younger woman is going to have wondering eyes. And yes, a lot of you older dudes do trick. That's not me lying on you. That's a fact. Now, you do have girls that will date older men because they're looking for father figures. That does happen. But I'm not lying on you. You will even say that you trick off on these women. I think he kind of admitted in his comment. But basically, he said, because I blocked him because I'm like, bro, you're in the wrong space. He said that because he was misspelling. How you an older gentleman and you're misspelling your words? I mean, it's crazy. And then he had the nerve to say, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, all I do is gossip. I don't speak on anything you know, I don't speak intellectually, I'm paraphrasing, as other content creators do, right? Basically saying that, you know, I'm not as good at what I do as others, and tried to, I guess, you know, he was angry because of what I said about that. So he tried to make it seem like, oh, you're not intellectual. You don't do what other content creators do. You gossip, blah, 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 right? Let me tell you something, you old head. This is my platform. I built this, okay? This is the second live stream channel I built from the ground up with my intellectual hard work. You could never do that. Nobody would ever want to listen to what you have to say. So, and I also want to say this too. Comparing me to other people, let me tell you this. I actually live my raps. What's going on, Jeff? Dolomite. I actually live the shit that I talk about. Unlike the people that you probably follow. I live my raps. When I tell y'all I don't have a baby mama, I don't. Do I plan on getting married? Nope. Do I own a business outside of YouTube? Yes. Am I an entrepreneur? Yes. Do I own property? Yes. I live the shit that I talk about, unlike the people that you listen to. Because unfortunately for you gray-bearded old heads that get offended by what I say, you're coming onto YouTube 30, 40 years too late, okay? If you're looking for leadership and for men to mentor you, you have lost. I live the shit that I talk about. Ain't nothing fake about me. I lead by example. I haven't worked for anybody in 10 years, but I bet you work for somebody. I sign checks. You don't. That's the difference between me and you. And the rest of you that have something to say, you subscribe to me. And what was funny about this jackass is he subscribed to this channel and my JayeDeBlack channel. But you get in your feelings over one thing, and all of a sudden, I'm not as intellectual as all these other people you follow. And you wonder why these young men have no guidance because of these ignorant ass gray bearded Negroes that have built nothing, but they want to come talking crazy to me. You want to talk crazy to me. Shout out to Zeke. Says, happy birthday, sir. You made a great point. In your Marlon Wayans video made me think of the few women who have asked if they could add their name to my credit card so they could build their credit, but they don't need no man. Right. And that would not be a good idea to do that. Zeke, I would tell you, don't do that, sir. They probably got hella bad credit, right? But shout out to you, man. What's good, Zoe, Jamir? Like, I live the shit that I talk about. I am truly a red pill man who walks a Sigma path. A lot of y'all fake it. A lot of y'all are going through hell because of the women you chose to have children with. I live the shit that I talk about. That's why I am more successful at 35 than a lot of you dudes who are 45, 55, some of you probably in your 60s, sitting here on YouTube looking for a mentor. See, I have to check you just like this. I'm giving you old heads some guidance that have a problem with me. And it ain't just y'all, it's other people as well. But I have to talk to you man to man because no man in your miserable life has ever talked to you this way. So I'm going to talk to you this way. I live what I talk about. That's the difference between me and a lot of these other people you think you know. I live what I talk about. Other than the 90% that you think are intellect. Sir, if you come into YouTube to seek guidance and to seek philosophies from, you have really lost in life. I'm telling you right now. We can disagree, but don't come on my channel talking crazy. Because I know you're not successful. You're an employee working for somebody that you hate. So you can't tell me nothing. Probably got children by women that can't stand you. You done probably been drugged through the mud by these heifers. And you on YouTube trying to talk crazy to me. Trying to talk crazy to me. When I live the stuff that I talk about. I own things. You don't. I've been wanting to say this for 2 days. Of course he was trolling, but he's an actual person. It's not like it's a profile where people are hiding who they are. This person had a video on their page. They were in the gym or something like that. So it's an actual real person. But they was talking to me like what I talk about don't matter. So I have to check that behavior at the door. I have to check that behavior at the door. What's good, Ricky E? Some of you dudes need to be checked, and I'm the guy to do that. I don't know why y'all think that you could just come onto my page on my birthday of all days and think you're going to talk crazy to me. No, you're going to get clowned and humiliated by me on my platform that I built. Well, shout out to everybody that's here. Speaking of humiliation, I'm gonna get into this real quick. Kendrick Lamar, Future, Metro Boomin, they were all trending last night because of the song they put out. And the Drake fans are in their feelings, they're in their emotions, and they're coming up with all these excuses. Let me tell you something, man. Hip hop is at its best when men can go back and forth with each other. When men can go back and forth with each other musically, that is the best for everybody. All this friendship in hip hop is what has destroyed hip hop. What has destroyed hip hop is the fact that these males are trying to be friends with each other, buying each other gifts. No, we need competitive hip hop. We need competitive hip hop. We don't need friends out here. And I'm glad Kendrick, jumped off the porch, because hip hop is being disintegrated by twerking heifers. We don't need that. Okay? We don't need more twerking heifers. No, we need competitive rap. We don't need mumble rappers. We need competitive rap. This is why I refuse to listen to the radio anymore. I haven't listened to the radio in years. Because the music on there is just like, what is this? Like, what is this? But we need that. And people are making all these excuses for Drake. Drake is a grown man. He doesn't need y'all as his hype team. The guy he's never had it. He got lucky in his Meek Mill beef. He got lucky. But when people actually can rap and they want to go at you, a lot of these guys, they ain't got it. Hip hop is meant to be competitive. It's meant to be competitive. All this friends and let's be buddies and make music together and buy each other gifts and go on tour together. That is why rap is becoming so watered down, and why you have these vultures all in your culture. Why not? I mean, rap is at a very weak point. It's at a very weak point. What's good, Steven? Nah, I just had to correct somebody that wanted to talk crazy in my comment section the other day. I have to do that. I have to remind you, not y'all here, but I have to remind some of these people of who I am. Okay? My fuse used to be a lot shorter than it is now. But shout out to y'all. Yeah, Drake he has to assemble an elite team of writers to figure this out. What's good, Pillsbury? Shout out to everybody that's here, man. CJ, what's up? Boot Camp, what's up? Let's see who else is here before I get into the commentary. That's everybody. Again, make sure y'all like the stream. We're going to get into Candace Owens. Candace Candace Owens. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense, y'all. Now it makes sense as to why she was on Fresh and Fit, why she was on The Breakfast Club, why she did the interview with Joe Budden, because Candace was looking for an exit strategy from the Daily Wire. Let me tell y'all something about these conservative platforms like the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is ran by white Jewish men, okay? They talk all this they talk about, cancel culture. They love to talk about black people. I mean, they love to talk about black people, right? They talk about degeneracy, even though you got, what's his name? You got the Ben guy doing a rap. But you make fun of rap culture. It's funny how you make fun of a culture and then you try to be a part of it. But the Daily Wire, again, is ran by white Jewish men. And Candace Owens was the token black girl. Now, I want to say this going into the commentary. What's good, Verna? This is not a slight to Jewish people. They will tell you. They will tell you that they're Jewish. They'll tell you all day long that they support Israel and their culture, right? They'll tell you all day long about that. Ben Shapiro, he'll talk about black culture, but he's rapping, right? He wants to be a part of the same culture that he talks down on. That's typically what goes on. They talk so much about black people. They got so much to say about black people, but you want to be a part of the conversation. Black people, we are the energy. We make things trend. No matter how much I disagree with some of these behaviors, I can admit that black people are culture. We make stuff trend. That's what we do. That's why the same people, again, that talk down on black people want to be on the same platforms as black people, like Candace Owens. Listen, I'm indifferent to Candace Owens. I do find it funny how she does have a lot to say about black men, but she's married to a white man. And we're going to get into that because they asked her that on the Breakfast Club, and they said that she was a little bit flustered. And we're going to get into what she had to say. But Candace Owens should have seen this coming. Ever since she decided not to support Israel and what they are doing in the Middle East, she has been a target. She's been a target of Ben Shapiro, and she's been a target of others, right, in the Jewish community. And but she's been their number one soldier. Candace Owens, again, make sure y'all get the likes up. Candace Owens has been a writer for the Daily Wire. Now, Daily Wire to me is a lame platform, cookie cutter. Let's talk about the alphabet community, men wearing dresses, reading to children. Let's talk about Budweiser and all this other bullshit, right? They talk about, I guess, it's like reverse cancel culture because they want to cancel people. That's the funny thing. And also, too, this goes into a lot of these so-called conservatives. You got a lot of these so-called conservatives on social media pretending like they're fighting against cancel culture when really they're fighting against black people. There's a guy by the name of Young Ripper. He's a guy who would be considered conservative, right? I think he's a part of Blaze TV. He has his own platform. He has the Ripperverse, and he has a lot of jealous white men who are angry. And these are not liberal white men. These are so-called conservative, Trump-supporting white males, but they have a problem with a black man creating something in their space. They don't think he deserves to be that because, let's be real, a lot of y'all are racist. You're bigots. And the reason why you don't have a job in mainstream comics is because you can't contain the fact that you don't like working with people who don't look like you. And the way that they are treating people like him shows that. And Candace Owens found out the hard way that these white Jewish men don't want her going against their narrative. They want her to be Floyd Mayweather. They want her to be Floyd Mayweather. Y'all see Floyd Mayweather, right? Floyd Mayweather, man, you talk about do whatever for the dollar. I mean, did he go to a Diddy party or two? Like, you know, he's a writer for the Jewish community. You better not say nothing at least a tiny bit anti-Semitic that they perceive, or they're gonna cancel you too, bro. I just hope you know that. I'm indifferent. Right. Okay. He's not a conservative. Eric, Young Brip is not a conservative. He's a libertarian. Right. He's a libertarian. I've heard him say that. I don't know why, but he's a part of a conservative platform. The Blaze TV is a conservative platform, but he's not necessarily conservative. Right. Right, Holden. He's not necessarily conservative, but still, his talking points mirror a lot of other conservative talking points, and he's being attacked by other conservatives. And look at Candace Owens. She's kind of in the same situation, but it's different because she's on a so-called conservative platform, but they're trying to silence her, tell her, listen, you need to be standing up for Israel. You stop going at these rabbis. I mean, you go to her channel. I mean, you see video after video of her having issues with these rabbis because she's not Floyd Mayweather. She's not, she's not standing up for Israelis, she is against what's going on over there. Like I think a lot of normal people. And now Candace Owens has kind of seen the light, I guess, and they fired her. I think she knew it was coming. And I could totally, because when she went on Fresh and Fit's podcast, I knew that she might go into that lane. Y'all know the lane I'm talking about, right? That red, I can't even call it red pill. I'm going to call it, we should call it the purple pill space. Where, just Pearly. She could, be the melanated just Pearly. But the difference is Pearl has a backbone. Pearl has been attacked by everybody, and she stands 10 toes down. So I can't sit here and say nothing about Pearl because everybody has given her nothing but smoke and she ain't went nowhere. And she gets support. Candace Owens, I believe, may go into that lane. If you look at some of her content recently, it looks like she will, but she's going to be speaking on other things. But the difference is that I think that Candace Owens is still going to keep a lot of her conservative fans. You're going to have some people who are going to stop supporting her, but I still think that she's going to be able to maintain a lot of people on her platform. The best thing that she can do is go and do her own thing. I don't know why she didn't do that to begin with. You don't need anybody to listen. I am proof, and I'm not saying I have a huge platform, but I am proof you could build your own channels. You don't need to sign a contract with anybody. I would never sign a contract with none of these people. You know why? Because I don't need a boss. I am a boss. Now, if you want to partner up and you want to do a deal, we can, but you're not going to be my boss. You can't fire me. I keep 100% of my intellectual property. And if we don't do business anymore, then take my stuff off your platform. That's me. You don't want to do business anymore? Okay, cool. Take my stuff off your platform now. That's the type of time I'm on. I'm about partnerships. I am not about signing contracts where you can fire me. You can tell me where I want to be. No. You can tell me what I can talk about. No. I'm going to tell you up front what my platform is going to be. Before we enter in some agreement to work together, I'm going to tell you what I'm about. And if you're not 100% on board with it, then that's it. I don't need somebody that's going to be like, say one thing to me, and then when I'm not around, you're trying to diss me. You're making videos about how you disagree with me. Oh, that's not going to fly with me. That's not going to fly with me. Candace Owens is going to be fine. She never needed the Blaze. Not Blaze. She never needed the Daily Wire. She never needed them. She never needed them. But Pearl Davidson has quite a wild take. Listen, I'm not here to support Pearl. This is not a support Pearl. I use her as an example because she's in a realm and she makes content about the same things that a lot of us has been making content on for years. I used her because I said, you know what? Candace Owens could slide into that lane and probably get more support than Pearl. That's why I used her. It wasn't anything deeper than that. And y'all act like Pearl ain't getting support. I mean, yes, she is. Yes, she is. I've been seeing her on a lot of different platforms recently too. She's been on different platforms too. I'm noticing her at this place, on this platform, and this platform. People care what she has to say. They do. And the thing about Candace Owens is that Candace has never really been conservative. That's the funny thing. That's the main thing. She's never truly been conservative. She was a liberal at one point, and then she became conservative. Because and she made the right choice. Because she built an audience that's going to follow her no matter where she goes. Her audience is going to follow her. They are. She never needed the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is a cookie cutter, lame platform. Who cares about the Daily Wire? I don't. I never have. None of the people on their platform has been anybody I would want to listen to. They are controlled by radical Israel supporters. And the thing about it is that Candace Owens went at Steven Crowder in defense of the Daily Wire. She defended the Daily Wire against Steven Crowder when Steven Crowder ended up leaving. Only for her then to be kicked out of the door. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at everything that's going on, she's better off doing her own thing. And I say this too, man. She's making certain moves. Like she got on the Breakfast Club. Honestly, I didn't think they would ever have her, but the Breakfast Club is so desperate for viewership. They're leaking. The Breakfast Club has been irrelevant for years. So I could totally see them bringing her in. Would they have brought her in 4 or 5 years ago? Hell no. If they did, they would have did it to clown her. But because, you know, the Breakfast Club needs viewers, they need buzz, and they got it. You know, they got it. They got it, you know what I'm saying? And then they're getting a whole lot of pushback. But Candace Owens knew she was going to get fired eventually. That's why she's not apologized. I think they told her she needed to apologize. She didn't do it. And they were going to fire her eventually. And now she's able to do what she wants to do. And she's probably going to make even more money, I guarantee you. Candace Owens is going to make more money on her own. Because she has her platform on YouTube. And she's also has her platform on Rumble as well. Would not be shocked if she gets a deal with Rumble outside of the Daily Wire. Would not be shocked at all if she gets herself a deal with Rumble, similar to what y'all see with Barstool Sports, what you see with DJ Academics and others who've gotten deals. She's going to be fine. She should have been on her own to begin with, but it depends on how much work you want to do. Maybe she didn't want to do it. Rumor has it Patrick Bet David wants to expand ValueTainment. I don't know though, because like you still be working for him. And he said he kind of, I don't know about Patrick Bet David. I don't know. He makes some good points on some things. He's had some really interesting people on this platform, but some other times I'm like, I don't know. Like, if she does decide to do a deal with him, it needs to be like a 50-50 type deal. Don't sign there and be an employee, because you're going to get treated like one. You're going to get treated like one. Ask for the same deal that he offered Tucker Carlson, but maybe not as much money, but maybe a similar type deal. When I saw that she went on the Fresh and Fit, I think she's going to slide into that lane of, y'all know, the whole dating relationship conversations that we've had over and over and over. And that, and wouldn't be shocked if she start having a panels and all that. Oh, he hired Chris Coleman. Oh, I didn't know that. So he hired that guy? Listen, ValueTainment's probably making a lot of money. They have a huge platform on YouTube, so I wouldn't be shocked if they're expanding. But she could do better on her own. I feel like she can make more money on her own. She just got to hire her own people and put together everything herself. She can go sign a deal with Elon Musk and X. But yeah, Ben Shapiro and them, they thought that because she was the token black girl, they were going to force her to apologize. And she never did. She never apologized, and they fired her. And she's making moves in order to, secure her own platform. And I could see her trying to be the melanated pearl. But in her case, she's a lot more astute. She's a lot more polished than Pearl is when it comes to these things. And again, even as she did, not y'all here, but there's a lot of you dudes that are going to support her regardless. I see a lot of you dudes supporting her, not y'all here, but I see it on social media. She gets a lot of support out here. She says a lot of wild things too, but she likes to explain these wild things. And it's a good thing she didn't apologize. But I think that she'll be fine just by her, doing her own thing. And let me say this too, Candace Owens, yes, she's in a marriage with a non-melanated man.
Now, I want to go back.
And she speaks on black men a lot. And she was asked the question on the Breakfast Club. Now I'm going to pull this clip up. No, I'm not going to pull the clip up because they'll copyright it. So I'm going to just play what. And again, shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. I'm going to play what because I guess Charlamagne asked her why she married a white man. And according to her, she said people tend to marry based on their IQ. Yeah. But let's hear what she had to say.
Like something you said earlier, because I know a lot of people will hear you say, well, Candace, you're speaking a lot about, the black family, but then you married a white man.
Yeah,
Dr. Umar would have a huge problem with it.
Okay, I would love to talk to him more about that because, it's always very interesting to me to hear this paradox of black people who will make an argument that, the system is racist and then also make an argument like this, which is essentially making an argument for the Supreme Court to revisit Virginia versus Love and basically say that black Americans and white Americans shouldn't be marrying. I think the greatest thing ever is when people come together on the basis of who they love and get married. for me personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's just very interesting to me that see people go,
She doesn't see color, I guess.
she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh, my kids are mixed. I married the person that it made the most sense for me to marry. I have a mind that is just, if you even knew half the things that I'm thinking about, the stuff that I'm reading, just go all the time. It was difficult for me to find a partner that was a challenge to me. The challenge that I needed, whether you want to say like an academic challenge, whatever it is, with my same interests. It just was. What you will know, a lot of times people think that when people come together, it's because of how they look. Actually, I actually read this in a Thomas Sowell book, or maybe it was a Shelby Steele book. People tend to marry their IQ, which is interesting. You think like if you see two black people together, oh, it's because they are two black people, but actually they are probably better matched based on their IQ. I fell in love with my husband just because I think he is one of the most brilliant people ever. I love him very much. The stuff that we talk about, I'm like, there is no other person that I could have married. We have 3 beautiful children who are growing up in an environment that I am just so happy that I was able to, what every parent wants, to give your children better than you had, and that's all I can say. I'm just the luckiest person in the entire world.
How was he going to feel about you not finding him attractive and just liking him for his mind?
What do
Oh
you
my God. What?
He got the smear already ready for the journalists that are listening. Candace says her husband is not. It was a bonus that I also think that he's beautiful.
Yeah, that it could be perceived as that. It could be perceived as she didn't find men her race that wasn't as intelligent as she is, right? That's what it's coming off as. Like, if you really look at it, because it seemed like she was kind of beating around the bush at first. Because again, I've said this about pro-blacks. If you have a white spouse and you're on social media or anywhere talking about pro-blackness and black love and racism, but you have a white partner, that's not a good look, because you didn't marry anybody black. Now, if you're a black person that's married to a non-black person and you support black people, you want the best for them, nothing wrong with that. But when you're very vocal about racism, if you're very vocal about white supremacy, if you're very vocal about how black people are being hunted, right? But you married to somebody white. You have mixed children. That's going to come across as being disingenuous. It is. It's going to come across as being disingenuous. And especially if you are married to a white spouse and you attack other black people and you call them coons and sellouts, because I've seen that. I have seen black people who are in relationships with non-black people call other black people coons and sellouts. I'm sorry, that is comical. That is comical to me.
Beautiful and gorgeous and handsome, but it really was about his mind. I know I married the right person, and I want every person to never allow race to be a barrier to you finding love. That is so foolish. That will stop you. And by the way, there has been so much toxicity, particularly in black relationships, because of the media portraying black men as this or black women as this, and we just have to stop doing that.
So let me break that down. She said that there's been a lot of toxicity in black relationships due to how the media perceives it, but I don't think I've ever heard Candace Owens speak about that. I don't think I've ever heard her speak about how the media portrayal of black people can sabotage relationships. Because it obviously worked with you, because you felt like, again, I don't care who these people are with, but I'm bringing it up because I found this clip and I just wanted to really speak about it, because you get into her mind a little bit. Because again, you can't point your finger at black people and you go home to a white spouse and always have something to say about black men when you're not with one. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had a white wife, I would feel some type of way about constantly talking about black women. Now, you could talk about the things that happen, in a one like, let's say Sexy Red. Like, if you disagree with Sexy Red, you call her out. But when you're speaking specifically about black people in general, especially if I'm speaking about black women in general and I have a white wife, it's going to look crazy. That's not the type of, because I have self-respect. Now, some of you Negroes, you don't have respect. You'll be dating anybody talking crazy. Okay? That's you.
Yeah. Have you ever dated a black man before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dated black men, which is another thing that I always find really funny because the media tries to portray me as someone who only liked white guys. Actually, if you want to be honest, I started off on a really strong Asian kick in my life.
Oh my gosh.
That don't surprise me. Yo, that don't surprise me. That don't surprise me. Like, anybody but black. She went from Asian, she say she dated black, and now she on the, you know what I'm saying? Just listen. Y'all date who you want to date. I'm not here to be that guy to say stay within your race, because I know people are different. Our experiences are different, man. But I've noticed that trend as well. Like, you got these women, they date Asian guys. They may date a black guy here, but he's probably a very, very, very Oreo. They'll never date like a black man who portrays a certain stereotype. I'll just say that. Then they go on to white men. You know what I'm saying? This is where we're at.
I thought I was going to marry an Asian man.
What's fine?
I did. My first boyfriend was Japanese. My second boyfriend was Korean. I just really loved Asian men.
Oh.
It was weird.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was like, I
And
was
you was in Stanford,
discriminating.
Connecticut. There was an Asian population in Stanford,
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Well, I mean, there's Asian population everywhere.
I don't know. Was there a higher one in Stanford, Connecticut?
No, I think I just pursued Asian men. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
liked Asian guys.
Yeah.
Candace Owens fetishizes Asian men.
Oh my gosh. Stop painting the headlines so they
Yo, this seemed like they allowed her to speak. They weren't attacking her. She felt very comfortable. And no wonder they went at the Breakfast Club. She hella comfortable up there. She hella comfortable over there, you know? She hella comfortable up there. You know? Listen, man, I shout out to Young Jaye. He said, for consistency, been watching for years. Salute. Salute, man. So I can't pass on Asian females. You know what's crazy? Where I'm at, like, ain't a lot of Asian stuff. Like, only time you see Asian people is if you go to like the big colleges, or it's like Asian restaurants. That's the only place you're gonna see Asian people. So maybe she was in a bigger city. I don't know. But listen, Candace Owens, I think she's a black girl that's never been attracted. She probably was a nerd. You know what I'm saying? I think that Candace Owens was a nerd, and you know, she liked Asian guys based off her being a nerdy black girl. And they Asian guys, right? And like, she says she dated black guys. I think that was basically, you know, whatever. But it's funny how once she got into being a conservative, she immediately gets married to this white man, and that builds a perception, you know. But again, then you see how the Daily Wire treats her. You know, the same men that she's attracted to is kicking her off their platform. Yeah, she likes non-black men. She just need to say that. You know, you ain't got to beat around the bush. Just say that you're not interested in black men. But I guarantee you, if there are black men that say, you know what, I'm not interested in black women, you would probably hear Candace Owens say something. Because I have seen where there are black women who have nothing to do with black men, right? They're married out, whatever. But as soon as a black man say, you know what, I'm not interested in black women, they'd be one of the first ones that have something to say. They'd be the first ones. Why don't you live your life and not care what that guy has to say? Or he's not into dark-skinned women. Once again, that has nothing to do with you. You're with somebody. The cool black guy. Right, and you could tell. And let me say this too about Candace Owens. I noticed that Candace Owens loves to get attention from famous black men. Have y'all noticed that? She's very chummy with Kanye West. She was smiling from ear to ear when she was doing that interview, when she took that picture with Joe Budden. She likes famous black men, well-known black men. She's not into regular black men, but she likes to get attention from famous black men, right? You know, that's her. That's what she chose to do. Listen. She could date who she want to date. I'm not here to be the dating police. I'm not here to care about who she's with. She found somebody for her. It is what it is. But when you speak on black men, people are gonna look at your life. Okay, you seem very invested in what black people have going on, even though you're not particularly in the black community. But you're highly invested in what black men have. I'm very interested to see. I'm interested to see where her platform goes. Voice for dummies. Listen, yeah, they're smiling and then there's grinning, sir, ma'am, whoever you are. I've seen her take numerous pictures. She doesn't smile very much, but in that one she did. She looked very happy to be there. Is that a problem for you? I know you think you're being funny, but you're being a dummy, okay? I look at numerous pictures every day when I'm putting together content. I can tell the difference between someone who is happy to be next to somebody and somebody that cannot stand to be next to them, but they'll fake it. That's what I'm talking about. Do you get that? Candace loves black culture. She says Kanye Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy changed her life. I'm pretty sure it did. It was a great album. It was a great album. Amber Rose says she wants 20 million because she inspired the album. She inspired it. Yeah, right. You inspired it. But now I'm gonna play this clip of Candace Owens pulling up to Patrice Collier's home. This was at the height of BLM getting exposed, and she pulled up to confront Patrice Collier. I thought this was the hella funny, and I'm gonna play this clip here.
Okay, so this is insane. In real time right now, I am watching
voice, young lady, I say whatever I want to say on my platform, young lady, okay? And again, as I said, as a content creator, you see different photos and videos of people. I was making an observation of body language. Body language, ma'am. I'm talking about body language. I know you don't know what that means, but I'm talking about body language. I made an observation about her body language. I know some of you are not that intelligent and you're trying to come off as intelligent, but you look dumb.
Patrice Colors do a live claiming that I went to her property and demanded to speak to her. And she's...
As a matter of fact, one of the mods, can you send this woman on her way, grab the purse and escort this young lady out my chat room, please?
I can describe it as she sounds like she's really scared. We're working on a documentary talking about all of the funding pertaining to Black Lives Matter. Obviously, we know that Patrice and a lot of the founders purchased $1 million homes in white neighborhoods. They also purchased a Black Lives Matter property. So we went to the property and asked if there was anyone that we could speak to, very politely, by the way. we've got cameras in tow, so there's no way she can, it's all on camera. And we just said, is there anyone we can speak to? Nobody asked us to leave. The person went inside. It was just a white man that we saw
Thank you. I
outside that was
appreciate
providing
that.
security,
You know what I'm saying? We gotta,
which is
yeah, we
super
gotta
interesting
keep these
because
heifers,
obviously
these attention-seeking
Patrice
heifers out the
here
chat room.
is anti-police, and so she's, oh my God, I think she's crying on this live, pretending that she was harassed. We, like I said very politely to the guy, is there anyone we can speak to? My name's Candace Owens. We never went over the gate. It was just me ringing a doorbell, trying to speak to someone. He said absolutely nothing. He started just recording us, and we said, okay, if there's no one we can speak to, we're gonna leave. Patrice is pretending to be scared because she knows that this Black Lives Matter lie is falling apart, and she doesn't know what to do. I mean, people are aware of the scam that is Black Lives Matter. She's intentionally limited the comments, so you can't even comment on this post, because I was going to comment and be like, this is a complete lie, and we have it all on camera in terms of what happened. So what you are seeing right now is the face of a woman who is pretending she's afraid of right-wing pundits, when in reality she's being exposed as a fraud who took millions, used the faces of Black people, took millions of dollars to fund herself, to fund her lifestyle, to fund her girlfriend, and to buy $1 million mansions in neighborhoods where no Black people live. So Patrice, this footage that this story that we're covering is a significant one. I have always been interested in the fraud that is Black Lives Matter, your fake tears, your crocodile tears about someone politely ringing your gate and speaking to your white security guard and asking if there was anyone that I could talk to because I was covering the story. Not really going to cut it, Patrice. This is only going to commit me further to discovering the truth about what you have done with this funding. Black people died. You used their faces to raise money. You demanded that the policing be stopped. You demanded that police officers be defunded, but you've got a private security detail outside of $1 million homes. It just doesn't work this way, sweetheart. So the truth shall set you free, or Candace Owens shall set you free, girl, because I'm about to tell the truth. All right, we're still filming. Bye.
What's up, Kathy? Sonny, I see you. Shout out to everybody that said make sure y'all like the stream. What's good, Treasure, Black Rain? What's going on? Make sure y'all like the stream. You know what's funny? This is how she built her career. She built her career going after Black people. She wanted to expose BLM, but she was doing this on the behalf of the conservative movement. This is what got her big break. There's a reason why I'm posting this, because this is one of the reasons she got the deal with the Daily Wire. If she hadn't had it already, I believe she didn't have it already. But this is what really got her known, was her pulling up to Patrice Collier's, one of her many mansions. Y'all know Patrice Collier's got a bunch of houses. I mean, that woman is balling. I mean, how can you ball on a foundation of money that ain't yours? You steal it. Yeah, she got that. Yeah, she do got a big old forehead. Yes, she do. Dome. She got a big old dome piece.
Hey, folks. Just waiting for folks to come on. Hey, everyone.
This is what a thief looks like, family.
Hey.
Hey, family. This is what a thief looks like.
Hey, everyone. It's been a while that I've been on here. Actually, I've been taking a break. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hey. It's good to see some of the team. Hey, folks. Welcome. Whew. I just want to say that I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much. Good morning. I love y'all. It's been a hard few weeks. I first want to say I want to thank everybody for the folks who've just been in my corner and have been so good to me for so many years. I want to just say that the last 9 years in our movement has been hard and challenging and amazing and brilliant. And I'm specifically going through like a deep accountability process with the people I love and trust me.
Trust?
And the right-wing media. and right-wing
Listen,
pundits
anybody trusted
are
her with money. Now again, nobody knew at the time that she was stealing, she was skimming to buy all her mansions. But yeah, nobody should be trusting you with no money. Nobody. You know. What's good, Pure?
creating have created an incredibly dangerous environment for me. This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with a news crew. She was demanding that I come outside. And when I look,
Hey, stop fighting in the chat room. I don't want to see people, especially moderators, going at it. That shit gonna stop now. Okay? We go at the content. We don't go at each other. You can have discussions, but I'm not about to have that shit. All right?
looked at the video recording of what she was asking about, she was actually asking about the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation property. And for some reason, seems like she thought my house was that. It's unacceptable and it's dangerous that anybody, any stranger, come outside of my house, but it's really unacceptable and dangerous when Candace Owens, another Black woman who is actually working as a part of a right-wing agenda, comes outside of my house with cameras. As you all know, I've experienced, and many of us have experienced, death threats.
No, Boom is getting older. You know, when you get older, Boom, you get a little grumpy. That's probably what it is. Maybe I'm just grumpy today. You know what I'm saying?
Many of us have children. Many of us are super vulnerable. And the fact that she's came out.
Now, mind you, she says she has children. Do y'all know this woman is, I think she's married to another woman. She's in a whole relationship with a woman, but she has plural children.
Inside my house and demanded things, harassed me, is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And I'm going to keep doing the work I need to do to make sure that I'm in right relationship with my community.
Your community.
But I'm not going to let the right
What,
wing.
the Thieves Guild of America? Is that your community? The Thieves Guild of America? That's your community. Because you're not talking about the Black community. Are you talking about the alphabet community? Because you're not talking about the same Black community that you're stealing from, and you're not putting money into those communities that people from your own BLM chapters have complained about. That the money that you're getting for Black people is not being used by Black people. Or for Black people. Well, it's being used by y'all, but not necessarily for the betterment of those communities, because y'all don't care about the Black community. Y'all just care about taking for yourselves because you don't believe in the Black community. A lot of people like this don't believe in the Black community. And by the way, she was giving money to her baby's father. What does that tell you?
And right-wing pundits and media try to drive me against my community and have the community driven against me. I'm begging and pleading with all of you all to pay attention to what's happening to me and to many other people, many other leaders inside of this movement. Pay attention to what's happening, because what happened to me today has the potential to open up the floodgates of many other right-wing people that may next time be bearing arms. That may next time be more violent. This is unacceptable.
The only people that's going to be violent, Patrice, is the people who's supposed to be getting that money and who aren't, i.e. the people from BLM who you weren't giving money to, that you said you won't give money to. This is a classic video. This is why I'm playing. This is a classic example of why the black community is screwed up. And Candace Owens put together this whole situation, which made this woman post this video. And you know what's funny? After she posted this video is when shit really hit the fan.
Black people should be able to fight for our rights, for our right to live without being harassed, without being, without fearing for our lives, without having people, strangers, show up to our private and personal property.
No, that's not your property, Patrice. You took money that wasn't yours for yourself. Your property, the property that you took from the BLM Foundation that is meant for you to utilize in these black communities throughout the different BLM chapters around the country. You took that money and you bought property after property for you and your wife and children. But you don't expect nobody to pull up and want to confront you on what you're doing. I told this is a classic video when she posted this video and it exposed everything.
I'm still in shock. Thank God. I called, obviously.
Did you call the police?
Thank God for community, for black community, for black.
But she doesn't even live in a black community, fam. She lives in a white community. Where are the black people for? You said the black community came to your defense. Did they have to drive like an hour to get to your gated community? Because you don't live in a black community. All your properties are in majority white areas. Why didn't you call the police? Oh, I forgot you hate the police.
Movement community here in Los Angeles. I just really, really, like, y'all, I really need my family to be safe. I need to be safe. I need my child to be safe. And this, what happened this morning is not safety. It's not what I deserve. It's not what any of us deserve.
Where are the tears? Where are the tears? We don't see none. Your eyes are dry. We don't see any tears.
So just be diligent when you see shit in the media and you see shit that's being talked about. Please be diligent because they are purposefully doing this. They are purposefully building a wedge between black people. Because they know that when we are together, we're stronger. And they've seen what we've done this last decade. They've seen what we've done. And so they're literally trying to destroy us. They're trying to destroy me. They're trying to destroy the movement.
The movement.
And I just need us to be stronger. I need us to be more diligent. I need us to be more present. I need us to be clearer. I need us to be accountable. I love y'all so much.
How about accountability in not using other people's money to fund your lifestyle? How about that accountability? And this is why Candace Owens got attacked heavily with this. She got attacked heavily because she was putting stuff like this out here. And she was helping to expose BLM and these heifers for taking money and trying to build a lifestyle. Because that's what they did. Yes, trying to manipulate. We don't see no tears. But this is the manipulation 101. Manipulation 101 is to pretend like they are after you. you're in trouble. Okay, then call the police. Why you won't call the police? Or you hate the police, right? Isn't that why you do those rallies? Because you wanna defund the police, right? Because you're basically you're an asset of the deep state. They activate you heifers to go and create chaos and division. Because that's what y'all did in 2020. Y'all showed your asses a whole lot in 2020, and you gained a whole lot of other people's money. And instead of you using that money for your community that you cared so much about, you used that money to buy multiple properties. How many properties did you buy, Patrice? Like 5, 6? You and your wife? Buying property, homes in different states, in white neighborhoods, right? Gated communities. You didn't take that money and build businesses in those black communities. Build up Boys and Girls Club type places or, parks. You didn't do none of that because you don't give a shit about the black community. The majority of these people don't. That's why they rather go to Africa and build stuff. What the hell are Africans gonna do with another school? They have like some of these African countries got a plethora of schools. They don't need a new one. What they need is infrastructure. And the reason why those African countries don't have infrastructure, Patrice, is because this country, America, keeps them in the dark. If America would stop sabotaging those African countries, they would have better infrastructure. You should have took that money and rebuilt some of these neighborhoods that were destroyed during the 2020 rioting. But you didn't do that because you don't care. There are black people, Patrice. There are black people who had their businesses razed to the ground because there was a bunch of government-funded groups that led to the destruction of all these businesses. Y'all remember that video where there was a bunch of bricks in front of a building and somebody recorded it? They didn't know where these bricks had come from. That was because there were secret government groups that infiltrated, these rallies and made sure that there was rioting in 2020. And I remember that there was a black woman, I believe, that had her business destroyed because of these unruly Negroes and them being led to do dumb shit in 2020. And you could have took that money and helped those businesses. But you didn't do that, Patrice. You went and bought multiple properties for you and your wife. So your crocodile tears is still the funniest thing that I have seen in a long time. Because you're full of shit. That's why BLM is a joke these days. No one cares about it.
Pray for me, pray for my family, and pray and check on black organizers.
Oh, God.
Because this backlash that we're seeing, the backlash is real. And it's impacting our personal and everyday lives. So I love y'all a lot. I'm going to keep doing my work to be accountable and be in right relationship.
Oh my God.
To the people I love and trust me. And I'll show up like I always do. Messy and working hard and trying hard and with love and with joy. And I'm going to love y'all. That's all I can do. I'm going to love y'all. So
she loved that money that those rich white people were sending. This is why I tell y'all, man, I don't agree with everything that Candace Owens has done, but I do believe that when she had her back and forth with Cardi B and her BLM stuff, I think she really showed the mentality of the Western woman, the trickery, the delusions, the lies. It all started to me with this video here. In her career, this was the best thing that she's ever done. This is the best thing Candace Owens has ever done. Out of all the things she's done, I think her back and forth with Cardi B was hilarious. But this was probably the best thing that she's done in her career. I believe she was at the Daily Wire at the time. This was the best work of her career. And there's just so much packed into this particular, because things is edited together. But this showed, even years ago, Candace Owens and the work that she was doing is black based. So when people talk about who she's in a relationship with, yes, it matters because you're speaking on black people. Now, where Candace Owens' platform goes after this, I don't know. I think it's going to go more. I think she's going to be kind of try to do what Pearl does. She may even do what Fresh and Fit does. You may see her doing panels. She was on that Fresh and Fit alternative platform called whatever, right? She was on there, then she went on Fresh and Fit. I could totally see her doing a panel show, probably have a few of you Negroes up there. And I could see that. This was the beginning of the end for BLM. And again, this to me was the best thing that she had done. This was the beginning of the end. No, this was like, I won't say the beginning. This was sort of the middle to the end of BLM right here. When she pulled up to Patrice's gated community. How does a woman who was probably working at Target and then went into infamy all of a sudden lives in a gated community? Where are you getting that money from? You know, where are you getting that money from? Because I guarantee, listen, if BLM was led by straight black men, all those men would be sitting in federal prison right now. If BLM was ran by heterosexual black men, the majority of them would have already been arrested in a federal RICO case. I guarantee you. But you're not going to see these women get arrested in a RICO. You know why? Because as they said with the what's that girl that didn't go to jail that pretended to be kidnapped, Carly Russell, they literally said that it was going to be a waste of taxpayers' money to put Carly Russell in jail. What? It's a waste of taxpayers' money to put Carly Russell in jail. This woman lied about being kidnapped, and she misused police resources. And you're telling me that you're saying it would be a waste to put her. You got men who go to jail for child support. You got men that go to jail for child support. But it's a waste of funds to put Carly Russell's lying ass in jail? What are we talking about here? They don't want to hold these women. Don't get me started on that white woman, that police officer that got $500,000 for being an office lord. I don't think y'all heard me. Matter of fact, I should do that. I should do that topic now. I'm gonna go pull up that article. Y'all talk about, man. Listen, there's a reason why the red pill philosophy exists, because of the hypocrisy that we see in regards to the behavior of these women. Hold on, Megan Hall is her name. When I tell y'all, man, they should not wonder why men turn to red pill content. When you see this bullshit, let me see. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up. Give me a second, y'all. Or we gonna talk about this before I leave this live stream tonight. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let me see, where is it? Good thing I, thought about this while I was speaking. I retweeted this. I reposted this. Matter of fact, this is what I said here. Make sure y'all follow me on X, by the way. But this guy here, I get upset just looking at this. Former Tennessee police officer who went wild with 6 officers on the job has settled her lawsuit for $500,000. Megan Hall says that she was groomed by male officers and sued the city of, Laverne? Hall allegedly hooked up with multiple colleagues, performed stuff on 2 officers on the job, and had a threesome with an officer and his wife, and much more. Hall blamed her actions on her troubled marriage and the police department. Megan wasn't looked at like a rookie cop to be trained and promoted. She was looked at like a piece of meat to be sexualized and exploited, her lawyer, Wesley Clark, said. The Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen voted to authorize the mayor to sign a settlement agreement between the city and Laverne and former police officer Megan Hall. A statement from the city said the city's insurance provider will pay the sum of $500,000 as a gross settlement, which includes court costs, attorney's fees, and expenses. Oh my God, listen, I don't want to hear nothing about why was there a Kevin Samuels? Why did he become popular? Why are Fresh and Fit popular? Why is Andrew Tate popular? Do not bring that up ever again. Do you know why Andrew Tate is popular? Because men see crap like this and they're like, what? How does this happen in America? But y'all want to know why Andrew Tate exists? Y'all want to know why an Andrew Tate exists? This is Tennessee. This is a red state. You got these conservatives. You got a bunch of conservatives who did this. A bunch of married conservative males are the reason why this happened. That's why I don't respect a lot of you conservative men. Because y'all probably are the main ones who push for this. And this happened listen, where I'm at, this wouldn't happen. I'm sorry. We have way more intelligent people here than Tennessee. I'm sorry. What is going on here? How does she get paid for this? I've never seen this. You would expect something like this to happen in California, New York, maybe Colorado, Washington State. It's a Democrat city. You say it's a Democrat city? Well, in the state of Tennessee, though, it looks to me like they didn't even fight this. Now, if the men are not conservative, then I take that back. But this is sad. But even if the city is a Democrat city, you're in a conservative state. They're pushing laws. Y'all not understand. They are pushing laws in Tennessee to prevent women from collecting, I think it's to keep them from collecting, I think, alimony for like lifetime alimony, right? They would only collect it for a certain amount of time and they would cut it off. I think they're even doing something with childbirth, right? As far as child support is concerned. But even still, this is still Tennessee. Even if it's a Democrat, it's still Tennessee. And it seemed like everybody was on board. They voted. So everybody on the council were Democrats? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe everybody on this council were Democrats. I don't believe that. I thought Nashville was conservative because so many conservatives are moving to Nashville, getting out of California, moving to Nashville, then moving to Austin, Texas. Yeah, mandatory paternity test. This is not a good look. I'm sorry. This makes the whole state look bad. This is why when you have this migration of people moving from California, moving from all these Democrat states to red states, it was going to be a disaster. But these are council people. These aren't people that just moved to the city. These people have probably been in their positions for dozens of years. This is crazy. Megan Hall, the only female officer fired in connection to Laverne Police Department scandal, has settled and reached a $500,000 settlement with the city after dismissing a federal civil rights lawsuit against the department and her former co-workers. Hall and 4 other officers were fired in January 2023 after investigators showed she and other male officers had relations on the job and then lied about it. So she lied and still got paid. The lawsuit filed in February 2023 alleged Hall was a victim of harassment while being groomed for exploitation. Since the investigation made national headlines, lawyers for Hall said that she has been subjected to public ridicule and negative publicity that has thwarted her attempts to regain employment. Oh, it's going to continue. Megan Hall, because she's going to run through that money. Megan Hall was a vulnerable and opportunistic 24-year-old woman who had applied to be a police officer in the city of Laverne. The lawsuit said where Miss Hall sought role models at her new job. No, she sought side dudes because her marriage was boring. This is unbelievable to me. Megan Hall was I ran through that. Where Miss Hall was I read through all that. But instead she found predators. The now dismissed lawsuit named the city of Laverne alongside fired police chief Burrell Chip Davis and sergeants Lewis Powell and Henry Ty McGowan as defendants. It claimed Davis, Powell, and McGowan, among others, used their authority to manipulate and exploit Hall. Look at all these people. There was actually more, but they made sure to include all the black officers, and they had the one Latino. They got the Latino and they got all the black officers. Trust me, they weren't the only ones. You see how this picture is? Megan Hall felt trapped in a role assigned to her at the City of Laverne Police Department. In an attempt to escape, she nearly ended herself, the lawsuit said. Then the city blamed her for everything. The lawsuit seeks justice for Megan Hall. Hall frequently experienced a workplace permeated with innuendos and explicit behavior. Some officers, like Powell, repeatedly asked for relations, putting pressure on her to perform acts, the lawsuit said. This caused Hall to eventually give in to their request. She didn't have to give in. She did it because she wanted to. According to the lawsuit, Davis, who was fired after a third-party investigation into the scandal, solicited images of Hall from the Laverne Police Department. Supervisors actively encouraged McGowan to engage in exploitative behaviors like non-consensual sharing of photographs and participating in degrading activities. Much of the claims detailed in the lawsuit were substantiated by third-party investigation. Ms. Hall is entitled to an award of punitive damages against defendants Powell, McGowan, and Davis in amounts to be determined by a jury for the acts of committed with malice or reckless disregard described in the complaint. The lawsuit said Hall's settlement money will not come from tax. Yeah, right. So where's it going to come from? The city's insurance provider would pay the sum of $500,000 to Hall as a gross settlement. They made sure to put that in there. Y'all notice they made sure to put that in there? They're like, wait, y'all won't have to pay it. Y'all don't have to pay her. The citizens won't pay her, but the insurance company. When does the insurance company pay lawsuits? Can anybody in the chat room tell me when y'all have heard of an insurance company paying off a lawsuit? Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but when was the last time any of you have heard about an insurance company paying off a lawsuit like this? I haven't heard of that. Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen voted Wednesday night to authorize the mayor to sign a settlement agreement between the city of Laverne and former police officer Megan Hall. The city said in a statement that the agreement was negotiated between the attorneys representing the city and Hall. So how much was she asking for then? The city's insurance provider will pay the sum of $500,000 to Hall as a gross settlement, which includes court costs, attorney's fees, and expenses. The city denies any admission of liability. Well, you paid her off. You can't say that. You paid her off. This is gross and disgusting. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. This is disgusting on a lot of levels. And yes, this makes the whole state look bad. It does. An insurance provider? You mean the state's insurance provider? And this is the paperwork. Insurance barely want to pay you when you get your car in the car wreck. They be wanting all this documentation just to prove that you got your car. You know what I'm saying? You got issues with, you know what I'm saying? They don't even want to pay you for that when you're paying insurance. But they're willing to pay this heifer lawsuit money. This is the paperwork right here, y'all. This is the paperwork. Man, I mean, what kind of leadership is in this state? The mayor is Jason Cole. Let's see what party Jason Cole. Jason Cole, mayor of Laverne.
According to Laverne, TN, Cole was elected to the office of mayor in Laverne. He ran on responsible spending, economic outreach, and an open and transparent government. He now serves as the chairman of the Economic Advisory Committee and is on the Planning Commission.
Oh. Let's see. I bet this guy got some dirt. That's why he settled it. Let's see, what party is he from? It doesn't say what political party is Jason Verne part of. Can y'all tell me what political party Jason Verne is a part of? No, Jason Cole, excuse me, Jason Cole. Let's see. Jason Cole, mayor, Republican or Democrat? It doesn't say it. Hold on, I'm looking to see what party this guy's affiliated with. Cause ain't no way he a conservative. Ain't no way. I wouldn't be shocked. Let's see. Okay, hold on a second. I'm looking to see what party is because this is look at the guy, his signature right there. You know what I'm saying? He got his signature right there. That's crazy. She got paid for being and that's her signature right there. Lord. This is absolutely insane. This is insane. This woman in her goofy face is walking away because those men in that city were so weak that they have to pay her off. They have to pay her off. How much dirt does she have on these guys? I wonder, did she have some dirt on these people? What's good, Jay Thomas? I'm trying to see if he's a Democrat or a conservative. If he's a conservative, that's a bad look, man. Let's see. It don't say what his political party is. Well, ultimately, it's still a bad look, man. You paying her just for being in office. Like, what is going on here? Okay, let me see. It still hasn't said what political party he is. Let's see. Hold on, I'm still looking. Hold up. Hold on a second. Let me see. Maybe he doesn't have. Does he have a? Maybe he doesn't have affiliation because it doesn't show what his affiliation is. Hold on, let me see who he's retweeting on Twitter. Jason Cole Mayer. He's independent. Oh, he's independent. National Law. I'm looking on his Instagram. National Law Enforcement Day. Says independent. Still disgraceful. It's still absolutely disgraceful. But this is where we at, man. He's keeping his party affiliation secret. It looks like it because I can't find it on none of his social media. It doesn't say what his party is. He might be an independent that leads more liberal. Because one of the articles he's talking about diversity. Oh my God, man. We need to look deeper into some of these mayors, man. What the hell, man? That would never fly. Like, that would never happen where I'm in. I'm in South Carolina. That would never fly here. Never. They not paying nothing here. They're going to make you pay. You know? But Tennessee, independent, leaning conservative. But that's a bad look, man. If he's independent that leans conservative, that's a bad look, man. That's a bad look if he leans conservative. Would a Democrat mayor actually settle? That's what I want to know. Would he actually settle? That's what I'm, you know. But shit, that's all I have to say, man. Sheesh. Shout out to everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't. Shout out to everybody that donated tonight and that was here tonight supporting. I appreciate it on this Friday. Jay's Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach used to be real bad, but it just depends. You know, Bike Week is always it can always get bad. But normally throughout the year, I mean, not as much recently, but they used to call it Murder Beach for a reason. But it's not as bad as it used to be. When you bring all these people down here during this time of the year, Bike Week, it can get very bad. But, you know, I haven't heard anything recently, so, you know. Salute to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Salute to the moderators, channel members, Patreons. Make sure y'all go and check out the video clips I'm posting on my Basic Social Politics channel from the stream. Make sure y'all subscribe to all the channel. And thank y'all for being here. All right. I'll see y'all on the next live show. Hold on. Yeah. On the next live show. Make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't. See y'all later. All right, y'all take care. Have a good weekend.